So our topic today is called Avatar Idols. Okay, so avatars. Avatars is known to us as a pretty modern term, but it actually isn't. Avatar comes, it's a really old word, and this is a generic definition from Google, but I like the second one. An avatar is an icon or figure representing a particular person in video games, in the internet, etc. That is a really modern definition because, of course, the internet is so modern. And if you see the timeline of use of the word avatar, you can clearly see that it spiked in 2010 because of the Avatar movie, of course. So, why is this relevant? You might be asking yourselves, like you should. Okay, so some history. Throughout history, humans have been compelled to create stories around and about time. In some cases, they even impersonated ideas into fictional characters. Mythology and cults are very well known for doing this. And more recently, even into live and current characters who evolve with their audience and which stay relevant to trends like Disney, they so famously do. Examples, and this is where it gets creepy because we all know all the old techniques of developing personas for brands and for ideas. But the internet and the help of CGI makes it creepy as hell. So this is what we stumbled upon. We all know who Barbie is, right? But we all know Barbie as a physical product. Well, right now Barbie, she's not a product anymore. Barbie's on the internet, and she speaks, and she wants to speak to her audience. Actually, she has a big audience. She has 2.3 million followers right now. I wish I had like 10% of that. She has a lot of views, a lot of interaction with her audience. And Barbie is an evolving character. She starts by telling us about herself. This is what I'm about. This is who I am. This is 10 things about me. And there's a series, a lot of episodes of this on the internet. Of course, she stays relevant with the seasons and with the year and with the trends and with topics. She tells us about her summer experience. Maybe she tells us about how she met other people. And you gotta understand all of this is relevant because we're paying attention to somebody's life who doesn't even exist. But there's a whole storyline behind it. I don't know if this sounds familiar. This is not the first time done in history. Actually, there's cults and civilizations around these ideas before. And this is very interesting because it helps the evolution of the content. You get your content basically is crowdsourced. Your audience tells you what they want to listen to, what they want to hear, what their topics they want you to touch. Barbie even, in sake of staying relevant, she does this 23 questions Vogue magazine style interview about herself. And again, it's just spitting out facts. So she can make a better bond with her audience. Of course, she's gonna speak about relevant topics to her audience. If you see in the first slide, Barbie was a little girl, and she comes into herself as a younger woman. Even she has a boy in her room later. You know, she gets to interview a boy and have a boy walk into her life. And I mean, it was really, really, really difficult to make this presentation because you don't see a bearded man watching a Barbie on YouTube every day. But I didn't get to see the videos for obvious reasons, but I imagine she talks about how to talk to a boy, or she resembles, her audience is gonna look up to what she has to say and how she says it. she goes on to have even more characters walk into her life, and she goes into challenges, and she's a comedian now, and what's in Barbie's bag, and imagine this for product placement in the future. So she has an evolving lifestyle. Her lifestyle is reflected and feeded by her immediate audience's needs. And she even has a reality show now, like the Kardashians, but Barbie. I don't know if that's good or not. So why is avatarization making a comeback? We've seen it before. We read about it in old books and see the carvings on the wall about these icons. And then we didn't. It was like monopolized. We just had few characters or relevant characters because they couldn't surpass the time, and it was really expensive to get your face out there 100 years ago. Right now you have YouTube. So that is, I'm answering my own question. Why is avatarization making a comeback? It's cheaper. It's cheaper right now to make, to have space to broadcast yourself, as YouTube's slogan says. And all of this, I will get to the point. All of this is to make a point. So I like this quote I saw about stories and about why this is so important. It's like everyone tells a story about themselves inside their own head. Always, all the time. That story makes you what you are. We build ourselves out of that story. And we add on to that story every day. How is Once Upon a Time riding this train? Once Upon a Time is the name of the company. What is Once Upon a Time? So first of all, we gotta understand context, and this is from a human point of view. People in general don't like to be told what to do. That's why change is made with example and not with words by themselves. If you create a role model, the subject will absorb the same message with close to zero resistance, and most times will follow. This new concept of following has become a button on the internet, but it's always been there to follow people. Once Upon a Time's purpose is to create compelling role models that can give a positive message to its target audience. And this is children from 3 to 5, from 6 to 10, maybe teenagers, maybe more. It's important to clusterize your audiences so you make relevant and context relevant content for them. You're not going to talk the same to a 5-year-old that you're going to talk to a 10-year-old. Not same topics, not the same tone. Everything is different. So once you have your building blocks, you start to create from the inside out. So you make your rules has to be a digital humanoid avatars. They have to be different ages. Have to be crowdsourced content. This is I'll get to that, but just absorb the problems of the world and talk about them in a fashionable way. Personalized content. We see a lot of potential in doing personalized content for this specific market, because you would have kids that want their characters to sing them happy birthday, and if you make digital avatars, you already have the capability. You don't need to make a new video for each kid. You just change the voice with his name or her name. Maybe an artificial intelligence chatbot. Imagine if your kid had his personal favorite character available for him and for his or her troubles. I don't know, I got my period, I don't know what to do. Oh, wait, there's a video for that. There's ways we can talk about this with you. And of course, merchandise. Merchandise is the bomb, and that's where the money is. Okay, so what topics would Once Upon a Time talk about? Moral, how to behave, social manners, basic communication skills. This is, of course, for the younger kids. Family, good and bad, divorce, disease, loss, family loss. Those are really, really hard topics, and it's it's different to hear it from someone you know than someone that you see in a higher dimension or whatever. Security, harassment, stalking, bullying, those are really, really important issues. And sometimes kids don't want to tell their parents, parents don't know how to deal with them. You have all these communication issues that they're going to be more transparent with their idols. Health, you have obesity, habits, nutrition, knowledge. They can teach their audiences history, facts, even make them wonder, teach them about the sci-fi, you know? What is our target market? Amazingly, our target market are parents, not even the kids. It's every parent's dream to know that their kids have good, reliable sources of influence in their lives. By making avatars, we ensure longevity and full control over the content. Avatars can have the uncomfortable talks that their parents are not ready or able to have with them. Once upon a time, nothing happened. Thank you.
I think that you had conversations with parents, so tell us about some of the tests that you did.
Oh.
Yes. The main point is that we interviewed some parents